Right now, live at 5, we're in Evelyn, where a shooting has left one person injured, what we know from authorities so far. Plus,
coming up, members of the community are speaking out after a homeless camp is asked to evacuate. What members of the community are saying.
And in politics, we're just 15 days away from Election Day, where candidates are focused and their message to voters. And later, why some students in Proctor took to the streets, saying their current learning plan doesn't work for them.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Evelyn, where we're learning a shooting occurred earlier today, and now authorities are looking for the suspect. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. The search continues tonight for an armed and dangerous suspect after he allegedly shot another man in the head and assaulted a woman in an Evelyn parking lot. CBS 3's Ryan Campo joins us live now from Evelyn. Ryan, what do police say happened?
Kristen, good evening to you. Right behind me here, police say the suspect walked up to a car around 10:20 this morning and allegedly shot a man in the head. Police say he also allegedly assaulted a woman in the driver's seat. Before police arrived at the scene, police say the woman and the man in the car drove off. Authorities stopped them on Highway 135, where they found the man bleeding from the head. He was taken to the ER, and his exact condition is unknown tonight. The woman had minor injuries. Police say the suspect and the victims know each other, but did not say what led up to the shooting. Police identified the suspect as Jamar Maurice Smith. This is a mug shot from an arrest back 3 years ago. They say he's a 29-year-old black man with shoulder-length dreadlocks. He was possibly wearing gray sweatpants and a dark blue sweatshirt with an unknown logo on it at the time of the incident. Police say that they think Smith is driving a gray Jeep SUV with Pennsylvania license plates. Police did not say that they think where he is headed. If you know anywhere he might be, you're asked to call 911 or the Evelyn Police Department. We have that number on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Now, the incident is obviously still under investigation. Any new information, we'll be able to bring it to you both on air and online. But for now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
And of course, we'll have an update tonight at 6 right here on CBS 3 as well. Thanks, Ryan. Members of the community came together this morning to rally behind a homeless group being forced to relocate from their camp. The camp, called the Point of Rocks, is located just above West Michigan Street in the city's Observation Hill neighborhood. Last week, police showed up to the camp and told those living there they had to evacuate by Friday. Today, members of the community and the American Indian movement showed up to help members of the camp move out and give them food, clothing, and water. David Gerber, a member of AIM, says in order to help fix this problem, there needs to be more resources for this vulnerable community.
They need more programs up here also. It would help a lot of people, you know. I get a lot of gratification helping these people, handing out hot meals. It makes me feel good to give back.
The camp needed to be cleared out today by noon. Coming up later tonight, we'll hear from a person who lived at the camp, as well as a city council member who weighs in on what Duluth is planning to do for people without a home come winter. Meanwhile, 7 homeless people evicted from city parks in the Twin Cities area filed a lawsuit in federal district court today. The complaint is against Hennepin County, the city of Minneapolis, the heads of local law enforcement, and others. Mid-Minnesota Legal Aid and ACLU Minnesota partnered on the suit. It accuses the city and county of violating the rights of people living in the parks, forcing them to move without anywhere to go and destroying their property. It called the law enforcement sweeps cruel and wants them stopped.
They should not be viewed as disposable, tossed out of the parks, while the city, the county, and the park board and their authorities bulldoze their belongings and throw nearly everything our clients own into dumpsters.
Minneapolis city leaders say they saw an uptick in violence in the camps. They say they gave the camps plenty of notice to leave, but since they didn't, they had to involve law enforcement. The city also just approved $2 million to build tiny homes for the homeless. With just 15 days until Election Day, President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence are hitting the campaign trail on opposite sides of the country. Meanwhile, the Democratic vice presidential candidate, Kamala Harris, is focused on Florida. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more.
President Trump is in central and southern Arizona for two campaign rallies.
There's never been anything like it. We have a tremendous crowd.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows the 2020 Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, slightly ahead in the Copper State. During a Monday morning call with campaign staffers, the president slammed Dr. Anthony Fauci, a day after he appeared on CBS 60 Minutes.
Has the White House been controlling when you can speak with the media?
You know, I think you'd have to be honest to say yes.
People are tired of hearing Fauci and all these idiots, these people that have gotten it wrong. Every time he goes on television, there's always a bomb, but there's a bigger bomb if you fire him.
During the call, the president expressed optimism that he'll win the 2020 election and disputed published reports that he doesn't get along with White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Harris made multiple campaign stops in Florida, where early in-person voting is now underway.
We know we need a change, and a change is coming.
We made America great again.
Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence hit the campaign trail in Maine and Pennsylvania. Other than a quick trip across town in Wilmington, Delaware, Biden is taking his time to prepare for Thursday's debate. Former President Barack Obama will make his first in-person campaign appearance for Biden in Philadelphia this Wednesday.
Thursday's debate between President Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden is expected to follow a similar format as the first presidential debate. Topics for that final debate include the coronavirus, race relations, national security, and climate change. Let's head over to Caitlin now for a look at the weather. Caitlin, you're in for Dave this week. Happy to have you.
Yes,
I was telling you earlier, there is still quite a bit of snow up on the Iron Range.
Yes, I was going to say, you guys got your first real taste of some snow, and then tomorrow comes another round.
Yes.
So winter has arrived, I think, a little early here for much of us, but it's here. So we're looking at a winter weather advisory that has been put into place for much of the region. Now, it doesn't go into effect until 1 p.m. on Tuesday, and then for the further north counties like Cook County, that goes into effect at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. That lasts until 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. Currently, right now, we're still quiet out there. There are some flurries, of course, just out there throughout the evening hours, so that's really all we're expecting for the rest of the night. Just some light flurries and even some light snow at times, but otherwise, temperatures sitting right around 32 degrees in the Twin Ports, 30 over in Walker, and 33 down in Hayward. A pretty cold afternoon as we're sitting right at freezing for pretty much our high temperature all day today. 25 degrees for the night, overnight temperature, and I'll have more details on the timing of that snowfall coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. Still to come on Live at 5, leaders in Ashland are helping teach future voters about elections. Plus, things are looking a little brighter in Virginia. City by City is next. And tonight at 6, a Wisconsin judge has reimposed an order from Governor Tony Evers' administration limiting the number of people who can gather in bars, restaurants, and other indoor places.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
DBS, your all things basement-y company. Does your home have uneven or sloping floors? How about cracked drywall, stair-stepping cracks, or bowed basement walls? You may have a problem with your foundation. Call the specialists at DBS. They thoroughly inspect your property and provide a permanent solution to your foundation problem. We offer a fully transferable warranty, unmatched in our area. Contact DBS, your all things basement-y company, for a free, no-obligation estimate. Call or visit us online. DBS, helping your family have a healthy, safe, and comfortable home.
It's coming. You ready? Because Toro's Snow Days sale is here. With the #1 brand in snowblowers, you will dominate winter. And now during Toro Snow Days, get up to $100 off select 2-stage snowblowers, up to $40 off select 60-volt battery snowblowers, and up to $50 off select single-stage snowblowers. Plus great financing offers. Win winter with Toro.
I support Pete Stauber because Pete Stauber has working men and women's backs.
Pete Stauber has worked to get our economy reopened. and bring jobs back to Minnesota.
Pete doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing his job and creating jobs for us.
Fighting for our jobs, fighting for our families, fighting for our way of life.
This isn't about politics. This is about protecting jobs in Minnesota. Pete Stauber's there for us when the rubber meets the road.
Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
I am Robert. My wife, Katie.
I'm Ollie.
Yes, I'm Ollie.
We are the fourth generation of a family farm. It has been more down times than good times. 2 years ago, a storm came through this area, took down our barn. Financially, it was unbearable. But Tina Smith and her staff, they came through big for us.
And she continues to be there for us. That's something I've never seen in a politician before. Really impressed me. I feel very fortunate to have her as our senator.
I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain. Caitlin Moffitt will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. Kids in Ashland are learning about democracy in a fun way. Plus, assisted living facilities in Ely are opening back up for in-person visits. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. The presidential election is less than 3 weeks away, and now a group of Ashland leaders are helping to educate future voters in a fun and exciting way. 13 locally elected officials held a virtual reading of the children's book, E is for Elections. The book helps to explain how democracy works and how laws are made. Each leader took turns reading from the book. Now to Virginia, where the city is looking a little bit brighter following the completion of a new clean energy project. The project, which was funded by the Public Utilities Department, worked to replace lights across Virginia with energy-saving LED bulbs. The project cost around $2.5 million to complete and is expected to save the city $100,000 annually. The LED replacement is a big step for Virginia as it moves toward accumulating points for the Minnesota Green Step program. And finally, we'll finish off in Ely, where 2 area assisted living homes are moving forward with in-person visits following a mandate from the Minnesota Department of Health. The mandate now allows visitation at assisted living homes following shutdowns due to COVID-19. Carefree Living Ely and Boundary Waters Care Center are moving forward with the visits. The mandate applies so long as the area infection rate is below 10% and the facility has not had a case in 2 weeks. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, why more and more people are taking their office to the backyard.
And we've got more snow headed our way to the Northland come Tuesday afternoon. I'll have a look at the timing and your snowfall totals coming up next.
I'm Quinn Nystrom, and I pay $600 a month for 2 vials of insulin, and that's with insurance. Meanwhile, drug company profits go up and up. It's why I refuse to take their money for my campaign. But Pete Stauber has taken tens of thousands of dollars from corporate interests and voted 5 times against lowering the cost of prescription drugs. I approve this message because I know we literally can't afford Pete Stauber in Congress.
When Joe Biden wants an update on the virus, he calls on the nation's top health experts. Working together for all Americans is what Joe does. When writing his healthcare plan, Joe Biden worked with both doctors and patients to make healthcare affordable by lowering premiums, reducing drug costs, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Joe listened to both small business owners and workers to create his economic plan that cuts taxes for middle-class families, creates 18 million new jobs in his first term, and raises wages by as much as $15,000 a year. Joe Biden's plans will help working families immediately by making the super rich finally pay their fair share. For Joe, it's never been about ego. It's always been about the work he can do for working families. It's what he's always done. Joe Biden brings everyone to the table and gets it done.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Wolverine RMAX 1000 now at RJ Sport and Cycle.
What you need to know following a shooting that took place in Evelyn.
Tonight, I'm tracking another round of snow headed for the Northland. I'll have the details on timing and totals.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. And now your Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett.
Good afternoon. We do have more snow to talk about in terms of coming towards the Northland. And this isn't just the only one this week. So we've got a pretty active weather pattern headed our way. And I'm going to first start with the watches and warnings we have in place here. The winter weather advisory the National Weather Service has now put into effect for the region. It goes into effect tomorrow at 1 p.m. for much of the region. Our further north counties like Lake and Cook County, those go into effect at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, all lasting until the early morning hours on your Wednesday. That's when that snow is going to start to arrive tomorrow afternoon. Currently, right now, though, the Doppler and satellite, we're pretty quiet, and we're going to have a pretty quiet night, just a pretty cold evening. We do have some flurries, though, on the Doppler and satellite. So if you head outside, especially the further north you go, I'm sure you've seen some flurries kind of through the air, but that's not really all. That's really all we're going to see. We're not going to see much accumulation from this. It's just the atmosphere is so cold. It's kind of supporting that. So temperatures, 32 degrees up on the hill, 36 down by the lake, 30 up in Hibbing, 28 degrees up in Orr, and 32 down in Siren. So a pretty cold afternoon this afternoon. Average temperature is about 50 degrees. So we've been sitting well below that for the last several days, and it's not looking to change in the meantime. So the Futurecast tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock, you'll notice still quiet conditions, winds all fairly calm and also variable as well as that system starts to work its way into the region. And then by 11 a.m., our southwestern counties are going to start to see that snow kind of move its way in, kind of in the Brainerd area by Aiken as well. For the Twin Ports, we won't see that till about 2 o'clock or so, and some of that will be heavy or moderate snow at times. So do expect your evening commute to be affected from this snowfall, as we're going to see some deteriorating road conditions through the evening hours. It's going to last all afternoon through about 9 p.m. You'll notice it starts to lighten up a bit, and then it does taper off by the overnight hours. 5 o'clock Wednesday morning, we'll see just a little bit of lingering as it kind of just like wraps back around in the early morning hours. Otherwise, expect quiet and mostly cloudy conditions for your day on Wednesday morning and even into the afternoon. This is our snowfall total map. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches for a good portion of the region, including us here in the Twin Ports. And I had that little bit of extending up the North Shore. So for the higher terrain on the North Shore, we are going to look at some lake effects. So even 2 to 4 plus could be possible for some folks up along the North Shore. Otherwise, 1 to 3 inches for folks along the border and 1 to 3 for areas like the UP and the South Shore as well. That's going to obviously keep that in mind, but I do want to show the statewide map in terms of that, because the snowfall coming in is going to affect southern Minnesota more so than it's going to affect us here in the Northland. So the cities, if you are traveling come tomorrow, they are going to be expecting about 6 or 7 inches of a good snowfall by Tuesday afternoon. So if you're traveling anywhere south, do expect to hit some deteriorating road conditions all the way from the morning through the evening hours come tomorrow. So tonight, we're looking at a cold night, 25 up on the hill. The teens, though, to our north, we'll see partly cloudy skies, and winds will be fairly calm. So, of course, those temperatures are a lot easier to kind of fall. Temperatures in the mid-20s for northern Wisconsin, but still quiet as well. And then tomorrow, we're going to see some moderate snow showers at times, and then that's going to kind of last all afternoon and evening. I said here in the Twin Ports, it's not going to get here till about 2 o'clock or so, but keep that in mind for your evening commute. Temperatures are going to be near 36 degrees, so still 15 below average. Tuesday, tomorrow, we're looking at snow showers moving in by 2 o'clock, moves out by Tuesday night. Wednesday, we've got one dry day and kind of a little bit of a brief break before our next larger system that's coming Thursday into Friday, which could even bring more snow. Right now, it's a little difficult because temperatures are a little bit warmer on Thursday, so we're looking at a lot of rain and then transitioning into more snow.
Ooh.
So we've got 2 different kind of storms we're watching, one for tomorrow and then another one Friday.
Okay, I agree with you. I think it's a little early, but, you know.
I mean, hey, we've got it.
Welcome to this region.
Yes.
Right? Thanks, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Well, with snow in the forecast, some Northland ski resorts are already preparing their hills for winter fun. Lutsen Mountains tells us they plan on making snow by November 1st and open the first part of their season by November 14th. For Giants Ridge and by Wabick, they've made snow twice already, and they typically open the Friday after Thanksgiving. We did reach out to Spirit Mountain and Mont du Lac, but have not heard back. The pandemic has forced many to work from home. Some have opted to take over a bedroom or the dining room table to set up their home office, but as Nichelle Medina explains, others are heading to the backyard.
Miguel Blas is getting a new addition in his backyard.
It's been a long time coming.
Miguel has been working from home since March because of the pandemic.
I'm in here with, my entire family. We're 3 generations in here, so it can get kind of, rowdy.
He needed more space. The solution, a backyard office.
We've seen just a huge explosion in our orders.
Boss Homes CEO Viken Ohanessian says his sales are up 35%. There's a growing demand nationwide with so many Americans working remotely. Companies that specialize in tiny homes and she sheds are now shifting to backyard offices.
This combines a small space with the big feel.
The homes vary in size and can be customized to include a kitchen and bathroom. The structure is shipped as a do-it-yourself kit, complete with instructions, and can be built in 3 days.
So here it is. You have your tiny house with all the walls and windows.
Miguel hired workers to build his and opted for a basic model, which is 160 square feet. The price tag, $13,000, an investment to better juggle work and family life.
So the nice part is that when I'm here, I'll be at work and they'll know that clear separation. And then when I'm at home, they'll know I'm available for them to, assist them on whatever they need.
With the new office complete, Miguel looks forward to enjoying his new workspace and short commute across the yard.
If you are considering a backyard office, the need for a building permit depends on where you live, size of the structure, and amenities included. Still to come, Proctor students hit the streets today to make their voices heard, why they say their current style of learning isn't working.
Northwest Outlet is #1 when it comes to kids' winter clothing from the North Face and Columbia. Shopping Northwest Outlet for kids is a pleasure because they carry everything to keep them warm and dry in sizes infant to extra large for you. Jackets, winter coats, snow pants, bibs, mitts, gloves, hats, and smart wool socks, and winter boots from Kamek and Baffin and more. So keep the kids warm and dry this winter with the best from the North Face and Columbia. Shop Northwest Outlet, the children's winter clothing store. 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
This year, during the Medicare annual election period, I chose a new Medicare plan, and my decision was easy. It was the free decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota that really helped me understand my options.
Call 1-844-945-3676 now to request your free, no-obligation 2021 decision guide from Blue Cross. Find out how you can have all your Medicare benefits in one simple Blue Cross plan. Choose from a variety of plan options with monthly premiums as low as $0.
Now I have my medical coverage, hospital coverage, prescription drug coverage, and other extra benefits I need in one Blue Cross plan.
Blue Cross has been serving Minnesotans for 85 years and supporting Medicare since 1965, when Medicare began. Get the details that can help you choose the right Medicare plan for you. Call 1-844-945-3676 now. You and Blue, because together is better.
Thinking about buying furniture, appliances, TV, or computer? Worried about your income during the pandemic? With EasyOwn, you can choose a payment plan that works for you. You can pay your loan off early without penalty and save money. We know that life can be turbulent, and if you can no longer afford your payments, return your items to EasyOwn. The loan can be canceled, and you can do business with us again when your situation improves. Buy the things you want with the payments you can afford at EasyOwn. Visit our website, EasyOwnDuluth.com.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
It's coming. You ready? Because Toro's Snow Days sale is here. With the #1 brand in snowblowers, you will dominate winter. And now during Toro's Snow Days, get up to $100 off select 2-stage snowblowers, up to $40 off select 60-volt battery snowblowers, and up to $50 off select single-stage snowblowers. Plus great financing offers. Win winter with Toro.
On the fence as to whether or not to get your flu shot this season? Ely Bloomington Community Hospital is making the decision a no-brainer with free drive-up flu shots on October 3rd and 24th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's quick, easy, and free. Do your part to keep you and your community safe from the flu with Ely Bloomington Community Hospital.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
It's not working. That's the message Proctor students had for the school board during their March protesting the school's hybrid learning model today. A group of Proctor seniors led dozens of other students and parents on a march from Bayview Elementary to Proctor High School. The students are protesting the hybrid learning model that the school is currently using to keep students distanced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Students we spoke with say the current model leaves them with a bigger workload and less time with their teachers.
It's not working. There's too many technical difficulties as well. I feel like personally I'm not learning much. I teach myself a lot of the course and it's just not working, and I can't imagine kids with ADHD or other learning disabilities. It's just not working.
Other students say they're concerned the gap in education will hurt their chances when it comes time to apply for college. Duluth leaders are hoping to plant the Shop Small seed. They launched the new Locally Rooted campaign today. It's a social media initiative aimed at supporting local businesses during the pandemic. They'll be featuring restaurants, hotels, retail stores, and more. Organizers hope it will remind people that their neighbors run these shops. Bailey Builds, a Duluth couple who make mosaic art out of wood, will be the first business owners featured. 2 businesses will be showcased each week. Almost $8 million is on its way to help agricultural producers, meat processors, and farmers in Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan made the announcement this morning while touring different farms. The money comes from the Federal CARES Act and will help farmers recover from COVID-19. It will also help them purchase new equipment and supplies. You can find more funding details on our website.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, President Trump lashes out at Dr. Anthony Fauci, calling him a disaster. Tonight, why Republicans are defending the nation's top infectious disease doctor. Plus, Wisconsin has become the nation's coronavirus hotspot. We go inside a hospital there where doctors are struggling to keep up with the influx of patients. And with the Senate poised to confirm the 5th ever female Supreme Court justice, a look back at women who blazed the trail on the federal bench. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
Prime Appliance had hundreds of appliances on back order due to factory shutdowns. Then in 1 week, 3 truckloads showed up unexpectedly. So we decided truckload sale with overstock prices like this. GE large capacity French door refrigerators with ice and water, LED lighting, and a full warranty. Stainless just $17.79, white $21.49, and slate only $22.98. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
It isn't always easy living in the Northland. Up here, we have to count on our neighbors and let them know they can always count on us. I have the honor of serving our community in the State Assembly. Down there, I'm fighting to make healthcare more affordable and broadband more accessible. My opponent has other ideas. He wants to help companies like Foxconn give tax cuts and bailouts to billionaires, leaving us behind. I'm Beth Myers, and you can always count on me.
Remove your spooky tree for free with Sawtooth Arbor Supply and Tree Care. Post your dead spooky tree photo on Facebook or Instagram. Grand prize is free spooky tree removal.
Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $19.99 a month for a year with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Hurry and get Extreme Internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Monday evening. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and see what's coming up tonight at 6. The search continues for an armed and dangerous suspect tonight after he allegedly shot another man in the head and assaulted a woman in an Evelyn parking lot. Police identified the suspect as Jamar Maurice Smith. They say he's a 29-year-old black man with shoulder-length dreadlocks. He was possibly wearing gray sweatpants and a dark blue sweatshirt with an unknown logo on it at the time of the incident. Meanwhile, members of the community came together this morning rallying behind a homeless group being forced to relocate from their camp. The camp, called the Point of Rocks, is located just above West Michigan Street in the city's Observation Hill neighborhood. Last week, police showed up to the camp and originally told those living there they had to evacuate by Friday. And tonight at 6, capacity limits are back in place in Wisconsin after a judge upheld Governor Tony Evers' order today. Evers issued that order 2 weeks ago. It limits capacity at indoor places to 25%. A judge put the order on hold until it could be heard in court today. And coming up tonight at 6, we'll have reaction from a restaurant owner in Superior. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6.